how the AFC shook out. The Chiefs and Bengals are the only big dogs in the AFC. This is according to Jamie, Kyle, Jason, and Leonard Fournette. We're going to get to the rest of the conference in a bit, but I want to just stay at the top here for a second, guys. Should the Bills be considered big dogs in the AFC because they didn't have them there?
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yes.
Cool. I'll be the dissenting voice here. No. You gotta earn your way up. And you know what? Use it as motivation, right? Because we've talked about how great the Bills have been, and it's been success, certainly in the regular season. There were a lot of factors that Tom laid out the other day as for why the Bills did not wind up in the big dog category last year in the AFC. But you know what? You got to knock those guys off. It's got to be a little give and take. And it just hasn't been in the postseason. I understand it's been in the regular season. It just hasn't been in the postseason for this team, and that was certainly a disappointing exit. You could go back the year before and say, 13 seconds, like it could have gone either way. Yeah, but this game could not have gone either way. I mean, this game that we just saw before that, the Bengals game, that was a resounding defeat. So I'll say no. And you know what, Buffalo? I'm not hating. Just use that as the carrot this upcoming season to say that's where we want to be. We want to be barking with the big dogs.
6-1 at the end of last October. Beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium. In my mind, they should be in the big dog category because year in and year out, they give themselves the opportunity. Scott Pioli said it with us the other day. As a GM, as somebody building a team, you want to be relevant year in and year out because there is some luck to it. Are you going to catch the right injuries? Are you going to catch teams at the right time? Being it every year. They're one of the teams you don't want to face when they were fully healthy last year, when they didn't have a variety of different disasters going on. They were really, really good. In my mind, they should be up a tier. I'd probably bump up one team in each of these tiers to make room for them. I'd put the Bills up there at the top. But really, the Chiefs, if you're into anything, move the Chiefs even above big dogs. It's just the champions with the MVP, the team that you're going to have to knock off every year. Put the Bills and Bengals on their own tier.
You know, I'm old enough to remember there was a clothing line called Big Dog Clothing Line, right?
Oh, I remember
they used to have all these sayings on there. If you can't run with the big dogs, stay on the porch. If any team fits the big dog mentality, it's the Buffalo Bills. So absolutely, they should be on the big dog list right now. Fine, you want to put the champs in their own thing? I co-sign on that. The Buffalo Bills, what team wants to go into Buffalo and face them right now? They are the big dogs. Like, as everybody walks around the neighborhood, they're kind of looking like, where is that big dog? Is it clear? Is the coast clear? If the Buffalo Bills walk out into the room, everybody's kind of like, all right, who's up? Who's got them? You know how you know that they're a big dog? Because schedule makers in the NFL never miss. Guess who's playing in the very first Monday Night Football game, right?
Not a team that's hovering.
The Buffalo Bills. There we go. I mean, they've got the Monday Night Football game against the Jets, and I know there's a saying that big dogs always eat first. Well, in this case, the big dogs are eating last for a reason.
Well, I pegged you as more of a no-fear guy, though, back then.
I had those sunglasses and hats, too, but the shirts, when you are big, the no-fear stuff was a little slim.
Second place is the first loser. That was a good one.
I had that. I actually had
Ricky
that
Bobby.
T-shirt because I ran track. I had that T-shirt. I was a big Salt Life person because I lived in Florida. Salt Life was a big thing. We really digress here a lot.
Yeah.
Especially,
yes, we do.
You're probably a big one with the Johnson.
12 seconds left. You're leading the Chiefs, spotting the Super Bowl on the line. No fear.
Second
Sorry,
place
that
is
was
the first loser. I actually don't have anything different to say than Shaw. You're the lone dissenter on this, and I do agree that the Chiefs are in their own category. But again, nobody wants to play Buffalo, especially a healthy Buffalo team. And I know that we've said this year after year, they have to take the next step. But you don't think that Josh Allen uses this like each and every day when those losses and the way that they exit? I mean, that stuff fuels you. It eats at you. As much as you say, turn the page. I mean, this is a guy that, I mean, he doesn't need self-motivation. He's Josh Allen. He's going to go out there. And I think, to your point about every year in and year out, you're good. And we've talked about, like, who's a contender, who's legitimately a contender, because there's only a handful of teams that honestly probably have a very decent shot to win the Super Bowl. Are they not contenders in this? Of course they're contenders in this league. So, yes, I think you could move them up, and I do think the Chiefs could be in their own category. Which team looks out of place to you, Mike?
Probably I thought about moving the Jets up. I could make a case for that, but probably the Broncos down there. Because, I mean, we're up here. Let's just use it. This shocked the world, which I don't know if that means win the division or win the AFC, make the Super Bowl. Haven't figured it out yet. But whatever that would shock me. That would shock me. That would shock me. This would probably shock me. None of these would. That wouldn't shock me. There's enough. I went over this yesterday. There's enough talent Forget about Russell Wilson. Like, that's its own thing at the quarterback position. But there's enough talent on this team, and now they've got a proven head coach in there in Sean Payton. This to me is not the team that gets, the 1 year. They're almost kind of like the Giants of last year. Like, there's enough talent there, and there's a coach that knows how to work with what they have, that they should be in contention, that they should go into games and not beat themselves and force the other team to beat them, which in this league usually means you're going to win a bunch of games. I think the Denver Broncos shouldn't be in the shock the world category. I'd put them in the TBD at the very least, perhaps even hovering.
Let's ride.
I'll pull up. I'll get up here, too, and utilize the screen here. To me, the team that belongs in at least to be determined is the Raiders. And I say that because the way that they are constructed right now, it's a very veteran team. When you're trying to establish a culture the way that Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler want to, that takes time to get the right people. So what do? You go out and get a quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo who knows how things are supposed to function in the New England style of team building and offense. You've got Devontae Adams on this team. You got Max Crosby. You've got Chandler Jones. You still have Josh Jacobs, though to be determined exactly how that entire situation plays out on the franchise side. They've got star power on that roster. They're in a really hard division, obviously, because I could also make the argument the Chargers should be up in the hovering category. If they hold on to that lead in the playoffs, they're probably up there, and the Jaguars are a step down. But the Raiders are the team to me that, yes, last year was a resounding disappointment on so many levels, but you don't retain those core players and bring in a veteran quarterback like Jimmy Garoppolo if you're going into some type of a rebuild. They clearly anticipate they're going to make a big leap in 2023. We'll see if that happens.
All right, you mentioned this team. I'm going to go with the Lightning McQueens. I think the Chargers should be up there hovering. We know enough about them to know that they're legitimate. All right, to be determined. What's to be determined? We know that Herbert's a beast. We know he's a stud. They just added another stud at the wide receiver position with Quentin Jefferson. I think when you look at Keenan Allen and Mike Williams and all these offensive weapons, and I'm not even talking about Austin Eckler, what he brings to the table. So this offense, there's nothing to be determined about this offense. They can rock and roll with anybody. They can hang with anybody. They can hang 35 on you in a hillbilly hiccup. I think when you look at what they have dealt with, it's just this outbreak of injuries, and I feel like that's their annual pilgrimage. Every single year they're decimated. But defensively, you mean to tell me Derwin James and you mean to tell me Khalil Mack doesn't have stuff left in the tank? Joey Bosa. This team is loaded right now, so they are hovering, and they're going to land somewhere. They're going to land. You just hope they don't land on your quarterback.
Where are you from?
I'm from all over.
No, you're from Central Jersey.
Jersey. I was born in Chicago, lived in Texas,
Googling
lived
that.
in Ohio.
It may have been in Texas. I didn't know where the hillbilly hiccup would have come in. And are they faster than regular hiccups?
I thought you were more diverse than that.
Are they faster than regular hiccups? I need to know. I want to be informed.
Yes.
The only reference appears to be it's a song. Okay. It might also be a cider. Other than that, there's not even an Urban Dictionary listing for what.
When you drink the cider, you get the hiccups. That's how it works.
Could be that.
You can't sing. I do think that Jamie, Kyle, Peter, Leonard Ford, I think they did a really good job, because both days when we were going over this, and I was like, who are we moving around? I kind of agree with a lot of their stuff. So if I have to go through this and this to be determined thing, I get it here. We don't know what's happening at quarterback. You would believe that Deshaun Watson has got last season underneath his feet, and he's going to return to Deshaun Watson form, they would hope. The Chargers, I understand. You would believe that Mike Tomlin is Mike Tomlin, so he's going to restore these guys, and Kenny Pickett is only going to get better. The Patriots, to be determined. We don't know what kind of Mac we're going to get. We don't know what the Bill O'Brien offense is going to look like. But these guys, you better believe, with the hype, with everything that comes with bringing a 4-time MVP to your team, you better be up here and hovering, because the expectations are already up here with the big dogs. So I would think that the Jets have to go up one, not because of what they did last year, but because when you add Aaron Rodgers to a team that had the offensive rookie of the year and all the pieces they had and the guys they brought in, they better be hovering, because if they're in this category a year from now, it's going to be not great for those guys.